First-time buyers, how do we find a solution? How do we get you in the market? I got an idea. Let's run the numbers on it. First-time buyers, what is our solution to get you in the market? This is gonna be the biggest topic right now that I think that we really need to address. How can we get more people, especially younger people, under the ages of 35, let's call it, into the market? What we're finding right now, and this is my personal solution, where I think that the only way to really encourage it, to get people in there, to open up the rental market so that there isn't as many people renting, we have to extend the amortization. So what my proposal is, and let me know, comment it below, let me know what you think about this, but I think personally, and this is my opinion on it, we need to extend our amortization rates to 40 and 50 years for first-time buyers. If we look at the numbers right now, a first-time buyer who's putting a minimum down, and in the city of Toronto, in the core especially last month, for one-bedroom condos that have sold, we saw an average of about $580. Now, that's not to say it's with parking, without parking. This is just the average right now of what has sold last month. So if we use $580 as our number, the minimum down payment you're roughly gonna need is gonna be about $35,000. So let's just say you're the first-time buyer and you have $35,000. What can I get? Well, that's the purchase price right now at $35,000 down payment. Right now, because you're gonna be an insured mortgage, you're gonna have a 25-year amortization. That currently is gonna cost you $3,600 a month without adding maintenance fees or taxes yet. The average salary in Ontario right now as a high income earner is $82,000. So if you're doing the numbers on that, that is not gonna qualify, number one, for a mortgage, nor is that gonna be able, even from an affordability standpoint, to pay for it. So what I'm proposing, what I think will actually help the first-time buyers get into the market, scrap the first-time buyer land transfer, get rid of the initiative. There shouldn't be a first-time land transfer fee because you're getting a $4,000 rebate, roughly speaking, at where the average pricing for a first-time buyer would be between $500,000 and $700,000, roughly speaking. You're getting an extra maybe $2 to $3 grand from the buyer. Let's just get rid of that altogether. Help them get in, help them pay for this towards their mortgage. So what does that look like? Well, if I put the minimum amount of money down at a 40-year amortization, right, for a first-time buyer, my payment goes from $3,600, that's 25-year, to $2,900, almost a $700 difference. That $700 difference can now include the maintenance fees and the taxes. Now let's take it one step forward, and this is my proposal. What I think personally is, if you're a first-time buyer and you've earned that money, you've saved up that money to get that 20% down so you can avoid the CMHC insurance fee, right? I say reward it. Give it a 50-year amortization, because at the end of the day, as a first-time buyer, if you're buying a condo, a one-bedroom, 1+ den, you're not gonna be there for 10, 15 years, right? Let alone 50. So what I'm saying is, you're banking on appreciation. We do know in the real estate, with how high the interest rates are, there's not a lot of principal being paid down regardless of what you're buying and how much you're putting down. So we're banking on appreciation. If we take an average appreciation over the last 10 years and we say, and we're gonna lowball this one and say, let's just say it's only at 4% or 3% even, right? Out of 580, roughly speaking there at the 3%, you're looking anywhere between a $15,000 to $20,000 gain each year. That's the game we're waiting on anyways. And now we get to own our condo, which is gonna open up the rental market for everybody else that needs to rent. So by just doing so, if you put 20% down and we reward you, your payment goes now to $2,760 a month. Compared to now, which is a 30-year amortization with 20% down, it'll be $3,175. And the rate we've used is about a 5.8% rate. You know, you can get it, we can argue it, we're just gonna use that as a baseline right now. So my proposal, I say we extend it that way, reward the first-time buyers if they have the 20% down. Now, there's gonna be some catches in there. It can't be gifted money. I say if the first-time buyers, maybe it's a couple individual, have earned it, have saved their money, get them the 50. If it's gonna be gifted money, then they should still be allowed to do 30 years and keep that as regular. But as straight first-time buyers that are putting their own money and hard-earned money that they've saved, I think for less than 20% down, 40-year amortization should be the minimum. And if you have 20% down, 50-year amortization. This allows the first-time buyers to get into the market, get into an affordable market, and still gonna allow them to pay. A $700 a month difference is a huge difference for a first-time buyer. Let me know what your thoughts are. How do we do it? What's the solution? What do you guys think? How can we get first-time buyers into this market so we can open it up? Nick Crozier with Crozier Realty. If you like it, hit subscribe, like below. Love all the feedback. Keep it around. We'll be here if you like this information.